Hello, my butterfly beauties, and welcome if you are new. My name is Charlene, and in today's video, we're going to go over the Milk Makeup collection that they just released at Bath & Body Works. So, my channel, Beauty, Fragrance, and Lifestyle, is what we focus on. So, if you like my style, why don't you subscribe and you stay a while? Let's get started. All right, you guys. So, Bath & Body Works released their new Milk Bar collection, the extended version. They released some birthday cake note a while back. I don't do that, so I didn't pick that one up. But with that being said, I did go in store. And if you saw my short, you saw my store walkthrough. I saw all the things. I sniffed all the things. And so I picked up what was my favorites. And I told you guys a while back that I was going to be shopping more smarter with Bath & Body Works because I don't need every little thing of every little piece of every little collection that they ever release. I do want to enjoy what I am wearing and using and reviewing. So with that being said, I tried them all. And I will go over each of the collections real quick with you. So in this set, you guys, they have 5 fragrances. So the first fragrance, they did an early release for it like a month ago. Like we had to wait a whole month for them to release almost, it seemed like a month, for them to release the rest of this collection. Now Milk Bar is in collaboration with a bakery, and I believe the bakery is up in New York. It is it's called Milk Bar, and the owner is all over the Bath & Body Works site, so you can see her, you can look her up, Google her. But she is known for making all these nice creations. So Bath & Body Works decided to collaborate with her to come out with these fragrances. One of them, the first one that they released was in honor of their 35-year, being a company. So they did a birthday cake release. Like I said, I didn't pick that one up, so I was waiting on the rest of the collection, and I was super excited to see what they was going to create because I know they lean more with the gourmands with Milk Bar. With that being said, they did not disappoint. They did not disappoint. If you are a gourmand lover, you love all the sweets, the goods, all the things you want to smell edible, this collection is for you. Now, with that being said, I picked up these items. I hauled these items, but you'll probably see this video before you see me hauling it. I have already done my wear test on these, so I am going to give my true honest opinions on what I think about the ones that I did end up picking up. So first impressions. From first impressions, I picked up 3 of the 5 scents. Like I said, I didn't pick up the original one, which was the little birthday cake one that's supposed to smell like, cake. And I'll go over the other 4. So the other 4 that they had on there, let me tell you the names of them. Cereal Milk Soft Serve. Then they have the Raspberry Holiday Pie Bar. Then they got the Peppermint Bark Truffle. And the Cinnamon Sugar Pretzel Cookie. All right. So out of the remaining 4, I only got the 3. So what did I get from first impressions that I walked away from? Now, the Cereal Milk Soft Serve. It has the cornflakes in it. It has the milk in it. It has the sugar in it. It says it has soft ice cream, golden cornflakes, and frosted sugar. Now, it says that special milk flavor that you can only find at the bottom of your cereal bowl in a fragrance. Kind of sweet, kind of salty, so delicious. It's a Milk Bar classic. Now, I did smell it, and it is true. When I say true, it is true to the smell of a sweet milk cereal, like Frosted Flakes. Or I've seen, like when I was talking with one of the sales representatives in Bath & Body Works, we even mentioned Lucky Charms. Like when the marshmallows have melted all down into the milk. The cereal had done got all melted down in it. That's the vibe it's giving you. So if you don't like that vibe, like when the Lucky Charms or when the Frosted Flakes, how they sat in the milk for a while and it just sat there, and that smell that you have when you're trying to eat the cereal and sat there for a little while, that's the scent. That is that scent. And if you know what I'm talking about, it drop down below. If you are a cereal eater or grew up on those cereals, you know what I'm talking about. Drop it down below if you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. So I don't want to smell like cereal. I don't want to be smelling like soggy sitting cereal. Nope. They put a picture of an ice cream all on there trying to make it look like it's nice and sweet and all that. And you know this might be for some people. But when you say true gourmand, that actually do smell like what I just described. That soggy, concentrated milk with the sweetness, with the the sugars and that cornflakes or the Lucky Charms or whatever that cereal note that's in there. That's what that was. That was what that one was giving. With that being said, I didn't get that one. So now you can narrow it down to what three, which ones did I get? All right. So what did I get? Raspberry Holiday Pie Bar. And I love this so much in first impressions in the store that I got 2 of these. So let me tell you about the note of this one. This one says that it has sugar cookie, raspberry jelly, and toasted almonds. Now, I told you that I already did wear tests on these, right? I don't did a wear test on all of these. And spoiler alert, longevity on these are really good for a body mist. It's already past the 3-hour mark for me of wearing these, so that they already don't met my expectations for a body mist, right? So with that being said, sugar cookie, raspberry jelly, and toasty almonds. This, I had sprayed all the tops on these, and so this one is still, after several hours, I still can smell the raspberry in this. This raspberry in this scent is amazing. It has a slight sugar cookie note. Mostly you're getting that sweet raspberry jelly. Like, good raspberry jelly. Like some nice, sophisticated, sweet raspberry jelly. And they have those cookies in the picture. I'll pop it up. But those cookies that's in that picture is exactly what you're smelling. So if you've ever eaten those, but to me, it's even heightened with the raspberry. Like, it's double filled with the raspberry and less of the cookie. And that's what, in toasted almonds, I love an almond note. So this just added to it. Now, in the top, I still smell the raspberry heavily. On my skin, the raspberry toned down. I smell more of the cookie note and the almonds. So on my skin, on my body chemistry, I get less as it dries down, less of the raspberry, but still quite there, just not as strong as it is when you initially spray it, and not as strong as I still smell it just in the top itself. With that being said, this has been on my skin for several hours already. Several hours, and I still smell it. It's not projecting, like doing like a beast mode type situation. But when I first sprayed it, it was strong. So I can see that being a turnoff for some people. But if you are a gourmand lover, if you love raspberry, you're going to absolutely love this fragrance. This fragrance smells so good. I love it. I love it. I love it. This, and I'm even more impressed. Like I said, I did first impressions in store, and that's why I came home. That's why 2 came home with me, just from first impressions. From smelling it, on the strip, the paper strip. But on my skin, I still love it. Yep, on my skin, I still love it. It's still there. And I love that even more. So with that being said, this one might be my favorite, you guys. I'll rank them all in the end. But right now, that one right there. So what did I get next? The other one I got was the cinnamon sugar pretzel cookie. You know what? Did I share this up close? I apologize if I didn't. But that's what that one looked like. It, you know, it has all the little different pieces on here. I love how they got the little purple straw in this one too. Each one of them have a different color straw in them, which I love. So you can kind of distinguish them. They all have the same kind of design where they got a colorful top with the different things. And this one, you know, has the little pieces all over it, but it's see-through. I know a lot of the fragrance mists they've been doing lately, it's like opaque, so you can't hardly see how much you still have of your juice, but this one you can see right through it. It's adorable. It is adorable. So the next one, like I said, was cinnamon sugar pretzel cookie. That's what this one looked like. This one has the red straw in it. And like I said, it has those same similar vibes with the pieces, all of it. It has a dark green top to it. And this one has toasted pretzel, cinnamon dusting, and sugar vanilla. Now this one right here, when you go to the mall, I ain't talking about the Cinnabon place. I ain't talking about that one. That Annie's pretzel, whatever they want to call it, the cinnamon sugar pretzel that you can get that's nice and buttery, but it has a bunch of cinnamon and sugar on it. With that pretzel, with the saltiness of the salty pretzel, that's what this is. That's what this is. But, and I still smell the cinnamon quite heavily in the top on this after several hours. But on me, on my skin, this cinnamon calmed down. And it just left me with that sugary, like it says, a dusting of the cinnamon. I see why they say that, because although it smells strong in here, on my skin, it's lightly, it's there, but it's not as strong as I'm smelling it in the top. I'm mostly getting on my skin a slight, like it says, dusting of the cinnamon. I'm getting more of the pretzel type note, balancing out with the cinnamon, and I'm getting more of the vanilla. That's what I'm getting on my skin. Like I said, in the top, I'm smelling mostly of the cinnamon. But this is beautiful. I'm glad I got this one. You know, and I may end up picking up another one later on down the road. We'll see how this goes after I wear it several times. But I do love this scent as well. This is another good one for sure. For sure. And the next one I have from them is the Peppermint Bark Truffle. So this is what this one looked like. It has the pink straw in there. It is gorgeous. This one has the peppermint chocolate cake, crushed candy cane, and white chocolate. So guys, I got 2 of these as well. I got 2 of these because these 2 was my favorites from first impression in store. All right. So yes, this one here, when you first sprayed it in the top and when you first spray it on your skin, you mostly smell the peppermint. You smell that candy cane. You smell the peppermint. But as it dries down, and even now in the top, as it has dried down, the pepper note goes down. And on my skin, it dissipated quicker than in here, but it did dissipate in here too. You smell still like it's still in the background. You smell it in the background still. But you're mostly smelling that chocolate cake and the white chocolate. So you smelling the chocolates. That's what you're smelling with an infusion of the peppermint. Yeah. So if you love a chocolate note, a sweet chocolate note with a hint of peppermint in there, you're going to love that. So what else did I get as part of this collection? I got the body cream in the cinnamon sugar pretzel cookie. That's what that one looks like. You see all that? They got the pretzels on there, you know, showing it on there, all the goodness. So this is going to layer very well with this, very well together. So I'm looking forward to trying that. And then the one that was my favorite in store, I got 2 of them. Just like I got 2 of the mints, I got 2 of these. So the raspberry one that has that dessert on there, this one, I got 2 of these. Body creams, because it's that good. I was hoping they would have did these in body lotions. I have not seen a body lotion on there. And while I'm at it, why don't I just show you real quick the clip I did, me in store, showing you all the things. Like when they released this collection, they released all the things. And when I say all the things, I mean they have it in candles, 3 wicks and single wick candles. They have it in hand washes. They have it in hand sanitizer sprays, pocket bag sanitizers. They even got the holders for those. They have all the wallflowers for those. They have, oh my goodness, they have, like in all the scents, they have body creams, body mist. They have the body washes. And I'm sure I saw some laundry stuff in this. I mean, all the things they had for this collection. And I'm sure the wallflower plug-ins, like the different design plug-ins. They even had like that mini set was a little carrying thing. They had this big old donut thing in there that you could have bought. Like Bath and Body wasn't playing with this collection. They went all out with this collection. And, you know, everyone was super excited for this collection to come out. And we, like I said, we had to wait a whole month for it. You know, they could have, like I said, they could have skipped that Villains collection, because they could have skipped that whole Villains collection and just went ahead and dropped the Milk Bar collection, in my opinion. I was like, I am not. They could have re-released the Disney collection and skipped that Villains collection. I'm just saying. I digress. But what did I do with these after wearing? What would I rank these? Oh, let me talk about one other thing about these. They decided not to let you be able to use your rewards. And why I say that is because when you look guys, let's look closely. You see that price on there? $19.95. They put a whole dollar on these, so these would not be reward eligible. Yep, that's what they did. So this collection has been out since, what, Wednesday? I think the associates and stuff started that Tuesday night for it to be ready for Wednesday morning. At least that's what I remember it being. And I got in store to do my video store walkthrough and pick up, you know, smell them first before just ordering online. That's what I had been doing, is ordering online and picking up in store or ordering online. And with all the shipping and craziness that been going on with Bath and Body Works, I started doing more BOPIS orders. Well, I'm finding that, you know, some of the stuff that I smell on those tops, by the time I get them on my skin, I don't like them as much as I like them on the top. And that is why you have to be careful with just the opinions of others when it comes to just smelling something off the tops. And I know I'm guilty of doing first impressions and smelling the things off the tops, but I'm going to try to focus more on doing the videos where I've done the wear test on the items. So I may haul it with you guys instead of just doing first impression, or I'll tell you about my first impressions of what I had when I hauled the items. But I'm going to do more of the wear test follow-ups on these items to see if I truly do love them. Because, you know, we don't need to be keeping everything just to be keeping everything. And with that being said, you might not like it on your skin. I mean, you might like it in the air, you might like it on paper, but your skin chemistry may have a whole nother opinion for you. And I've seen that happen with a couple of fragrances that I've bought, either from Pink, Victoria's Secret, Bath and Body Works, from several different places, where it does not smell the same on my skin as it did in the air. But going back to my thoughts on this Milk Bar collection, the ones I got in store that I smelled first impressions, this Raspberry Holiday Pie Bar, the Peppermint Bark Truffle, and this Cinnamon Sugar Pretzel Cookie, they are still wins for me. So how would I rank these? And oh my goodness, is this going to be hard? Because Raspberry, I think, is still in numero uno place for me. I love this. But I was super shocked. I was super shocked on how close this pretzel one is, this cinnamon sugar pretzel one, because I love this second. This was my second pick, and that's why I got two of these. But I did not want to get this in the body cream. If they decide to release a lotion with that, I will probably pick it up in the lotion. But I know I'm gonna use those body creams up in this one. And I know I was going to at least use it in this one. But I'm seriously thinking about getting another spray in this one, because this one, I thought with the note that the cinnamon was going to be too much for me. But on my skin, it's a different story. This is not a predominant cinnamon on my skin. And that's what's making me love it more. Like it says, cinnamon dusting. So this to me is more of a light cinnamon touch with more of the sugar vanilla in it. So I'm getting more sugar vanilla with a slight cinnamon and the slight pretzel note in it. So that's what's making me love that more now. So if I still would probably rank it third, but really second and third are kind of like, they're like right there with each other. And they are really close to the first place. So they all could be in the number one spot in my opinion. But if I had to really dissect, I still would put the Raspberry Holiday Pie Bar in first place. I will still put the Peppermint Bark Truffle in second, and I will put the Cinnamon Sugar Cookie in third. Like I said, but they still all very, very close. So with that being said, that is my thoughts on this Milk Bar collection. I love the collection. At least 3 out of the 5 scents. So that's most of them. I love it. And I think some of these scents, in options they provided in the sanitizers and the candles and the hand washes, I think they're going to work throughout all of those. I know some people don't want their hands and stuff to smell gourmand, but, you know, some of us do. And the hand washes, you know, the foamy hand soaps, you know, that's going to be a vibe for the fall and winter time. I can see getting some of those just to have it for that time period, especially like this peppermint one for the hand foaming hand soaps. I can really see getting on with that. I can see the cinnamon one being a good candle. Yeah, even the raspberry one, but it may, I don't know if the raspberry one would be too sweet for some people to burn in the candle form, but I love this collection. I'm super excited about this collection. I can't wait to wear it more and layer it with certain things. I am picturing some things together with these things, like that chocolate amber that we got back during bring backs. I really see that chocolate amber like layering with this peppermint truffle. I can see it also a little bit layering with a couple of these other ones. So we're gonna have fun this winter with all these amazing scents, and the longevity of these is very good. Several hours. I've already been wearing these, and I love them. Yeah, I've been loving on them. Really loving on them. That is my thoughts for this collection, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned to my next video. Bye.